Today we're sitting down with Rob. I really wanted to bring him on and let him share his wisdom. I first met Rob on a 5-day challenge that was hosted by my mentor, Doug. Since then, he joined the community, and within just a couple of weeks, he had his whole workshop planned out and he was hosting it. And he was taking imperfect action. And honestly, he is the definition of what an action taker is. So I definitely wanted to get him on here and let him share what are some tools that took him from just not doing anything and sitting on the sidelines to going out there and actually making a difference and start making an impact in lives. I really want to thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Colleen. I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me.
So I wanted to ask you because, I've been following along because I'm so inspired by the action that you're taking in your business. Can you briefly describe what it is that you do for your clients?
Yeah, Soul Source Studios is a play on my last name. Of course, my last name is Soul, Soul, actually on my birth certificate, which is a funny surprise to some people. They think it's a stage name, but it's not. The inspiration really for it is I've been a part of some communities online that there's a lot of people speaking up about their own struggles in front of the camera, and they want to produce content or they want to be a course creator, and they just don't know where to start when it comes to how to make the video content, how to make themselves presentable is the catch-all for it. And I don't mean presentable in a physically attractive way on camera, but having the ability to speak about what they want to speak about, stay clear and true to their message, and convey that in a way that will get people to take notice and pay attention.
Yeah, I absolutely love that because, me, I'm a huge introvert. It's been so hard for me just to get out there on camera. So I love that you're being able to empower them and teach them strategies that really made your stage presence so great. When you go out there and you're presenting during your workshop, it's just like you've done this for a long time.
This is a relatively new venture, actually, the company of Soul Source Studios, in that my background goes back into college. I was an introvert myself, by the way, which some people wouldn't guess by now, especially if you know me outside of social media or the computer screen, because I'm a loud and wild and crazy sort of person when I'm not trying to focus. I was not like a popular kid in high school at all. We had our little circle of friends. I got out of high school. I went to college. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have much direction, but I wound up working for Disney. And I ended up learning a lot there and really busted out of my shell in terms of my personality, and I found myself. And that was a big part of it, because confidence really comes from within and from being comfortable with yourself. But then in terms of the presentation type of stuff and being in front of people and that kind of thing, that was part of it. And then I decided I'm going back to college. I'm going to get my degree in radio, TV, and film. And so that was the other kind of piece of it, where I got a whole bunch of knowledge in the classroom as well as practical experience. It was a program at a 4-year university. It was not a specialty school or anything. I went to San Jose State in the Bay Area of California, which is up by San Francisco. And the program there is a very hands-on kind of program for radio, TV, and film. So I was a part of stage play productions. I was a part of a college radio station that broadcasted 24/7, 365 days a year. I was a part of a TV production studio that produced the news on campus. So there was a lot of different ways to get dirty and to get your hands in and get real experience. And yeah, it's just a college radio station or a TV production or whatever, but the hands-on application of what you were learning really helped to hone in on how to do it, because anything that you want to get better at, you got to do. That's a fact of life. So I had a really good, fortunate experience there. And I think the two kind of came together and let me know that this was my path.
What are some misconceptions that you had when you were starting to market your business for the first time and be able to put yourself out there in that aspect?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest ones is that you need to just put something out there and people see it. I put this thing together, this video or whatever, I put this post together. At first, you got a learning curve going on and everything. And so you do all this stuff and you put this thing out there and it's, and you relax and then nothing happens, right? It's just crickets. It's two people saw it because nobody's seeing your stuff yet. And when you first start out, the algorithm certainly hasn't grabbed you. There isn't any way unless you get out there a bunch, right? And you stay consistent. I guess the most discouraging that you have to push through is you put something out there and maybe you spend a couple of days putting something out there or even half a week or something, and then nothing's happening. And so you stop. And that's like the last thing you want to do. The fact that nobody's paying attention and nobody's seeing your stuff right now is a blessing because it means that there's nobody out there to judge you, right? You're not going up against this menacing idea of, oh, I'm going to put this out there and it's going to be so embarrassing because people are going to see it and write all kinds of nasty things in the comments or whatever. Nobody's seeing your stuff yet. Okay. So take your time to craft it and to make it right and to figure out what you like and what you didn't like about your own content, right? Watch your stuff back. That's another big piece that I think a lot of people are afraid to watch their stuff back because they know that they're going to find this, that, and the other thing in there that they don't like. And now they're going to be self-conscious about it even more. And I get that. And it's a hard thing to get past, but getting past the self-consciousness to the point where you can look at it and you can say to yourself, okay, this needs to be improved. This needs to be done differently next time, then that's how you get to the point where you get happy with your content. But if you don't ever look at it, you don't ever analyze it, then you don't ever have that experience of being able to see where can I tweak it and how can I manage to make this better. And so that whole thing of it's like a strange dichotomy of you're afraid of being judged, but at the same time, you put something out there and then nobody sees it. And so
I know.
that's discouraging, but it could be you could flip that and say, okay, the good thing is that nobody saw it because it was embarrassing on this level, and I'll need to fix that. And then you go about fixing it and just craft and tweak and see where you go with it.
I absolutely love that because I know, like, having only 50 views on your videos on Instagram after you put 30 minutes into trying to figure out how to post it, it can be so discouraging. I do love that aspect and that way to look at things.
Sure, or even 5 views sometimes, but don't be discouraged by that. So here's something that I just learned recently, if I may. I have never done short form video before. And recently, you and I were both in a challenge all through February where the whole goal was to post a piece of short form content every day. And I was looking forward to it. And I'm an action taker. And yeah, give me the chance, give me the ball, I'll run with it. But I didn't know what I was doing at first. And I tried a couple of ideas at first. And if you went on my Instagram and looked, the 29 days of straight posting, the first 3 are vastly different than the whole rest of it. And I thought I had this cool idea that I was going to do. And after a couple of days, I realized this was not really what anybody else was doing, number one, which can be a good thing, but there's a reason that other people aren't doing it. And it's because it's not effective in most cases. And so I dropped that and I went to a different idea and a different format. And I found that actually the most, I guess if you wanted to call it prolific content, it's not, but the content that's getting me hundreds of views instead of 12 or 5 or whatever is just me talking in front of the camera and just me being me. And so I guess that would be the other piece of advice that we came around to through that is that's the biggest thing I learned. Number one, stay consistent and do it every day. But number two, people want to see you, right? They don't want to see a black screen with some message come across and some catchy music and then a slideshow video, this, and in 6 seconds. Now, at some point, yeah, maybe that's something your brand can be known for, but people need to get to know you first. And that's what they're interested in. And that's the big takeaway I had.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, that's what I've done with my challenge is I'm posting videos about myself. Even if I did do text and stuff, there was a powerful message behind it, or I did a voiceover. So I have tried to incorporate that into my social media.
The workshops that I've started doing have been really a journey and a challenge for myself to put together something like that, but also they've been such a breakthrough kind of moment for me in terms of letting me know, giving me not the validation, but the confirmation that people are out there and want to know what I can teach them. With my chess company, again, that's something that I do offline. And when the pandemic happened, nobody could send their kids to chess class. So I blew up online. And that's how my kids in chess presence online got big. And then when everything went back to people going back into classrooms and stuff, that all was dead again. And now I'm back to teaching in classrooms. This has been more of a sustainable thing. I did one at the beginning of February. I did a 5-day then. I did a 3-day that just wrapped up yesterday. And so both of them had people coming in, people interacting, people noticing what was going on. And so I'm learning things as I go and learning about the promotion and things like that, but also learning the tech and how to put on a production like that and the challenges you face. The big breakthrough has come with knowing that this idea that I had will work and that people are already paying attention and I'm just at the beginning. And so if we were talking a minute ago about putting out content and you get 3 likes or you get 12 likes or whatever, and nobody's seeing your stuff yet, already people are seeing my stuff, which is very cool. And so I just feel like the sky's the limit with it, because if I'm at the beginning and I'm already getting some traction like that, once I really press for it and once I really push and figure out a good marketing strategy and a good promotional plan, and I can get that going like clockwork, then things will fall into place more. But the workshops themselves, it's been really fulfilling for me to be able to get my knowledge out to people and share with them what I know and help them in their journey.
Nobody talks about the tech challenges. You pay all this money for all these courses, and hardly nobody mentions the tech challenges that you're going to face when you go out there, especially with streaming live on Facebook or wherever you're streaming. If you're teaching a course about something like that, you need to put that in there because you're just hit with it. If you're brand new, you're embarrassed. I went live on Facebook, my first ever live, the whole time, and I was muted. Some people would just say, forget it, I'm not cut out for this. Tech challenges can definitely be something that can cause you to really want to just give up.
Yeah, definitely. But you can't give up. If they can be solved by one person, then they can be solved. So you just have to figure out how to solve your own, because the tech problems that we face are all individual and different for each of us. That's the thing. My computer and my software is different than the stuff you're using. You got to fight through. That's for
Yep,
sure.
I know that's something that someone listening might be going through. So, for all my listeners out there, how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, so on Facebook, it's Rob Soul, and that's Soul. And that is just my personal profile page there. I do have a company page for Soul Source Studios, and that can be connected through my personal page and all that. And then on Instagram, it is at Your Soul Source. So YOUR and then Soul, SOUL, source, so that I can be your sole source for all your production needs and all your confidence on camera and all that kind of stuff, social media presence. That is what I'm looking to do, is to help people in those ways. Yeah, so those are the ways to find me.
Is there any last thoughts, final things that you'd like to say?
The only thing I want to say to people out there, anybody listening who they are in that place where they don't know exactly where they're going to start or they don't know exactly what to do, is just start. Do something, right? There are a lot of people out there who want to help you get your message out there. I'm one of them. I'm not the only one. Find somebody, whether it's me or whether it's somebody else, but find somebody who will be willing to show you a little bit of a few of the things anyway that you can do to start, because starting is probably the most important thing. Once you get started, you're past that point now, and you can figure out, first of all, if you even like it. There's people who think that they want to be influencers or whatever, and then they get out onto social media and they decide, this is horrible, I don't want any part of this. And so that's how you find out, right? Is you start. And so not starting is going to be the one thing that is going to hold anybody back. And I know that sounds so obvious, right? You've got this counterintuitive thing in the human mind where your brain is always concerned with survival and not putting yourself out there. I would encourage you to just take action of some kind. Take action. Do it. Do something. Whether it's, like you say, starting with a written content post on social media and doing something like that once a day to get started. And it doesn't have to be 15 pages, right? It's TLDR, right? Too long, didn't read. Most people are going to treat it that way, especially if you're a new creator. So punchy, short, simple, just a paragraph, just a couple sentences. Put something out there for people that you are wanting to express. Just start somewhere.
Thank you for coming and sharing. I've just loved being able to look at all your experiences and hear the tips and tricks for getting out there on camera and putting yourself out there.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to reach more people. And yeah, that's what I do, is try and inspire and motivate and show people the way, and as best I can and as best as I know. So I appreciate you giving me the opportunity.